You know, we really cannot argue with Bitcoin's success as an asset if you look at the last 12 months or the entirety of 2023. BTC's success in 2023 has been irrefutable. We're talking about nearly a tripling of its value. So you can pretty much compare that to any other asset, and Bitcoin will always come out as a clear winner. And if we zoom out just a little bit further, actually, and get the tail end of 2022, we are reminded of how low Bitcoin was, just above $16,000. So it's been a terrific 12 months and change. And of course, as Bitcoin goes, so too does the rest of the market. And so consequently, it's also been a terrific stretch for many altcoins. Not so much in the early phases of Bitcoin's rise, but in the last 6 months especially, it's been very positive for altcoins. They've been starting to find their groove. That's always a double-edged sword because it means finding the right projects whose coins are under $1 is going to be tougher now versus 6 months ago versus a year ago. Tougher, but not impossible. Once again, we've done the heavy lifting for you, and in this video, we're counting down 4 altcoin projects that we're super proud of, that we're super excited about. All of these right now have tokens that are priced at $1 or less, and in our opinion, and based on our research, more importantly, we feel very strong that they're going to keep growing explosively in 2024 and beyond. Welcome to the channel. My name is Maddie and this is Altcoin Buzz. Best of luck as always if you choose to invest, as long as we're all on the same page and we remember that I'm not a financial or investment advisor. And that means by extension that this video is not official financial or investment advice. Our first coin that we're looking at today is the Graph. The Dow Jones has its Dow 30, and you may be familiar with India, which has its Nifty 50. Maybe we should have our excellent 11, the lofty 11, whatever you want to call it, come up with a catchphrase that's better than mine, included below, and if it catches, we'll use it. And those 11 assets I'm talking about are the 11 holdings, specifically in our Altcoin Buzz master portfolio. In case you're not up to speed, we do report regularly on that portfolio's progress as often as possible, usually about once a month. Check out those videos if you've not already. And we have a certain fondness for the Graph. It is indeed one of our 11, which should at least reflect to you how much we like this project and how much faith we have in it, genuinely. And in this market, the truth is that we only like it more than we did before because it is by far the leader in this particular category of indexing and querying blockchain data. And that goes for both users and developers, both of whom can get the on-chain information that they need. As with all 4 of the coins that we're looking at today, the Graph has good, even very good, arguably tokenomics. There's no supply overhang here, for example, because almost 90% of the total supply is currently in circulation. This is always a bonus. This is always something that we look out for and that we appreciate. And even if we consider a moment ago how much I was gushing over Bitcoin's return in 2023, about 160% by the way in the last 12 months, GRT, which is the Graph's token, has even better metrics here in this regard. It's up about 185% in that same span of time. Bull markets are great for the Graph, specifically for the Graph, because as new projects come online, all of them are going to need indexing and querying tools. Not some, not many of them, all of them. And this is why we love Web3 infrastructure as a sector so much. It's that picks and shovels mentality we talk about all the time. Every project needs this kind of support. And although the Graph does have some quality competitors, which are smaller, they are the undisputed leader in this category. And many, of course, are going to choose the Graph for this reason alone. Imagine centralized exchange trading access and liquidity, but with no KYC. You can get the volume and the pricing you need without any KYC requirements using BYDFi. It's true. You can trade over 400 trading pairs in the spot market or 150 pairs in the perps market, and you can withdraw 0.5 BTC daily. Plus, fees are super low. We're talking 0.6% for futures and perp trades. Slippage is basically non-existent, and you can trade with up to 200 times leverage or set and forget with the auto invest. And again, all with no KYC. You're also going to get up to $8,698 in bonuses for trying BYDFi, along with a free month of our money-making Altcoin Buzz Alpha service just for giving BYDFi a try. You can check out this deal by clicking the link in the description of this video and the pinned comment below. Moving right along, at number 2 on our list here, we are considering Mantle, which is an ETH Layer 2 and liquid staking protocol. They're currently staking 150,000 Ether with 4,700 validators. Their METH liquid staking token is getting more and more popular. The fact that it provides both L2 services and liquid staking implies it's undervalued at this particular point in time. From its TGE, that's the token generation event held in July, investors have made a little over 10%. That puts them well behind the market leaders in ROI over the same period, true. But we think people are just starting to discover this project. Anybody who may want to diversify their LSD holdings away from Lido or Frax or other L2 than Arbitrum, Optimism, ZK Sync, or any of the other ZK rollup solutions floating around out there right now. This one is a diamond in the rough, and it is on the rise right now at this early stage of the bear market. Its all-time high was 69 cents and change. That was only 6 days ago, so it's down a little over 8% from that previous all-time high, which is fresh and new. Yes, its market cap is now 1.9, nearly $2 billion, but again, given the early stages of where we are in the bull market and everything that this project is getting right, it seems to us that there's much more room to grow here. Next up, and at number 2 on our list, is Loopring, which is an ETH Layer 2 that we're big fans of here at Altcoin Buzz, but to be honest, also a project that we haven't talked about all that much recently. It is the first Layer 2 to use the ZK rollup method that's now the accepted standard for quality Layer 2 solutions. And just as Immutable X focuses its platform on games, Loopring focuses on DEXs and their corresponding needs. So let's evaluate here by the numbers. Bitcoin and ETH, like I talked about, are up 160% and 84% respectively in the last 12 months. Loopring is admittedly lagging behind over this particular time frame, but it's still up 29% in that same 12 months. And it's a simple argument to us. Loopring has good tokenomics. A circulating supply of 1.2 billion and a total supply of 1.3 billion. So that means no supply overhang and down 92% from its all-time high. At its current market value of $299, just under $300 million, we just don't see how Arbitrum is 4 times more valuable at about $1.4 billion, or Optimism 6 times more valuable at $2 billion. And that's not to badmouth those projects because we're big fans of them, but the fact is right now that Loopring has a lot going on for it as a project and reflects a surprisingly low market value for what has measurably been a pretty long and impressive and positive project history. Altcoin Buzz Alpha is proud to say that we now have a winning portfolio spread among different sectors, and additionally, we're also very well positioned to get into good IDOs. And if you're into passive income and airdrops, just check out the number that we've received until now. Add to that the original TIA airdrop and all the others that are upcoming. We've achieved this by giving several deeply researched and diversified calls. Just check out some of these numbers from December 2023, last month. And right now, the plan moving forward is to reallocate profits to low caps, to diversify into new segments, to keep getting bigger and better airdrops, to catch the latest trends like Bitcoin and Linea inscriptions, and to dollar cost average during market flushes. We just recently introduced a yearly subscription to Patreon, and you can take advantage of that because if you subscribe to that yearly plan for a limited time, you get 1 month's membership completely free. Check us out by clicking on the link in the description of this video and the pinned comment below. At number 4 on our list, last but not least for today, we're talking about Fetch.ai. And if we look at the last 12 months, the last year, 2023 was a pretty big one for Fetch.ai. We actually covered them a lot, especially in the first 6 months of the year in 2023, because that's when they made all kinds of advancements and they announced a bunch of critical upgrades to the project. We believe adamantly that the convergence of AI and crypto will only continue to grow in 2024. In fact, this is one of the key narratives that we spelled out, one of the top 3 narratives to look out for in 2024 in yesterday's video. Check that one out if you've not already, because we elaborated at length on this particular point. But in a nutshell, crypto will become the inevitable payment method for AI apps, but especially with automated agents like those that you can create with Fetch. And I began this video by gushing over Bitcoin's performance in 2023. Then as a standard, we pretty much looked at all of the 12-month performances of these projects. Fetch is far and away the most successful in this regard. It reflects a 765% return over the last 12 months. And once again, we have very solid tokenomics here with 90% of the total supply in circulation. At $675 million as its market cap, it is currently the fourth biggest crypto AI project, even though it's really only a fraction of the value of Render, which is still a good project, but you can't even create your own agent. Ultimately, we expect the market value of both to climb, pretty much the market value of multiple crypto AI projects to climb. But the gap between Fetch and Render, and other projects for that matter, is surely going to be closing in the next several months. To be clear, yes, both are going to grow. This entire space is going to grow. But in our estimation, Fetch should grow faster.